What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this conversation. I don't talk about Ciara much, but I wanted to just get your thoughts and share mine about this because, listen, Ciara, she said she prayed for the man that she has now, that she's married to. And I want to share a little bit of history about Ciara and Russell. I'm actually going to get this info from Today, NBC Today. And it says, everything you need to know about Russell Wilson's romance with wife Ciara. The Denver Broncos quarterback and the 1-2 hit maker have enjoyed a whirlwind romance that continues to thrive. Russell Wilson and Ciara are one of the most well-known celebrity couples out there. He's a Super Bowl winning quarterback who plays for the Denver Broncos, and she's a popular R&B singer who's notched 8 top 10 hits on the Billboard Hot 100. Wilson burst on the scene by winning the starting quarterback job for the Seattle Seahawks as a rookie in 2012. The next season, he led the Seahawks to the franchise's first Super Bowl title when the team dismantled the Denver Broncos 43-8 in the 2014 Super Bowl. The team returned to the Super Bowl the following season, but fell to the New England Patriots. Wilson remained one of the biggest stars in the NFL during his tenure with the Seahawks until he was surprisingly traded to the Broncos prior to the 2022 season. Ciara is an accomplished singer, blah, 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 blah. The pair first met in March 2015 at a University of Wisconsin basketball game. They got to talking and he asked her to dinner. Next thing I knew, it was 12 o'clock, 12:30, and I was sold on you, he said in an Instagram live in 2020. A month later, on April 28th, 2015, the couple made a public appearance for the first time when they attended a state dinner at the White House. In July 2015, a conversation with Pastor Miles McPherson of San Diego's Rock Church, Wilson said that they reached an agreement while he was touring on and to remain celibate. And it's funny, I actually visited that church. I was in San Diego to visit a former friend years ago. And anyway, it's just kind of ironic. But anyway, it says, I was sitting in the dressing room. She was getting ready to go about 15 minutes before she went on stage. And she was sitting there and God spoke to me and said, I need you to lead her, he said. And I was like, really, right now? And he was like, no, I need you to lead her. So I told her right then and there, what would you do if we took all of that extra stuff off the table and just did it Jesus's way? I ain't going to lie to you all now. I need you all to pray for us. I know you've seen her on the screen. If there's a 10, then she's a 15. It's going pretty good. We're hanging in there. I'm not going to lie. I'm human, so it is not easy. Especially when I look at him and I think he is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, that I've ever laid my eyes on. To be honest, I'm like, look the other way, she says. In March 2016, he popped the question while they were on vacation. She said, yes, since day 11, I knew you were the one. No greater feeling. The couple tied the knot in July 2016. They announced, we are the Wilsons, captioned a picture of them on their wedding day on Instagram. And they have multiple kids together at this point. But as you know, she had a child before she met him with the rapper Future. Now, you consider all of these things. You consider the fact that she's pregnant right now, about to have another one of their children with her husband in this amazing, beautiful marriage that she prayed for. She said she prayed a prayer and she got Russell Wilson. Now, with all of that being said, I want to play this clip from this podcast that she did where she was asked about her ex-fiance / baby daddy Future.
Around the time that you met Russell, you were going through a really public and what looked like painful breakup. And I think about like leaving a relationship is so hard to make that decision, especially I'm assuming when you have a child. How did you know for yourself it was time to leave?
Oh my goodness. When you know you're supposed to make a super defined decision in your life, you know it from like the head to your feet, from your feet to your head, and your soul and your body, you know it. And it's almost like your taste buds change, right? You have a taste bud for a certain kind of thing, and then the taste buds just go. You got to sometimes also look in the mirror and reflect on yourself too, right? Like, okay, what are things that I could be doing differently in my life? Or, what's a part of what I'm looking for a change, but what does that mean? So you have to kind of define everything about making changes in your life that are very critical. And, I've talked about it before, obviously, when you have a child, it's very important to me. Like now it's no time to play around. Like the whole like experimentation kind of phase is out the door. It's like, I am now responsible for another life, right? So what am I doing? Like, how am I thinking?
Around the time.
All right, you heard what she had to say, and I don't disagree with anything that she said. I'm not here advocating for Future, her child's baby daddy, ex-fiance, ex-boyfriend, whatever, label she wants to give him, right? But it's weird to me at this point when she has been married to Russell for all of these years. They have all of these children together. She's pregnant again. She said he's already talking about baby number 5. She appears to be happy and blessed and all of that other stuff, right? So I get it. She didn't just come out here and make this statement. She was asked the question, but she could have shut the question down. She could have said, you know what? That's my past. He's my, child's father. No denying that. But I'm in a happy, healthy marriage right now. And if you want to ask me questions about that, I'll be more than happy to answer the questions that I feel comfortable answering about my marriage. But I'm not talking about the relationship with him anymore because it's disrespectful to me and it's disrespectful to my current husband. Because listen, I don't think really people really remember this or think about this, or maybe you don't even care, and that's fine too. But Russell Wilson was married before. Ciara is not his first wife or his first relationship or even first child's mother. You know what I mean? Like, he was married before. It was 2 years. It wasn't a very long time. And he filed for divorce. And I don't hear him out here talking about his previous relationship. And I don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but if I were him, I would be offended. I wouldn't want to offend my current husband, especially not saying that I'm worshiping him or anything like that, or she should, but it's like, if you've moved on and you're in a happy place, I wouldn't even want to go back and talk about that anymore, especially when you know that this nigga is petty as hell. Let's just be real. And so the way she said it, he's going to feel slighted and he's going to come out here and probably make a song, or somebody's going to interview him and they're going to ask him how he felt about that. And it's like, you already know how he is. Don't even give him any energy. Don't put any fuel in his tank to get him going. You know what I mean? But also not even just about him. It shouldn't even be about him. She shouldn't even be talking about this dude anymore. You know what I mean? Now, I know some time ago he made some disrespectful comments where he was talking about her speaking about him, and he was saying something along the lines of Russell needs to check his wife and tell her don't even speak on, Future or whatever. The way he said things was absolutely disgusting and disparaging, and I can say that 100%. But in a way, yeah, if Russell is married to Ciara, I would be like Russell. I would be like Future to say, like, Russell, why is your wife even talking about me? We haven't been in a relationship in a long time. And if I'm not mistaken, she was engaged to him. They were supposedly getting married. She even did the cover of one of those bridal magazines. And she found out that he was cheating on her. But I don't even think she was the one that broke up with him. I believe he just broke up with her. Now, I could be wrong, and it doesn't even matter because he was cheating. So it's like you would have been a fool to still marry him, right? Whether he broke up with you or you broke up with him. But either way, I am saying this woman asking these questions, she was still with him. She was still with him and he was cheating on her. So it's not like she just woke up one day and figured out, I'm wanting to evolve. I want something different. Yeah, we're engaged, but I think I want to, I think I want a good guy. So let me just go ahead and break up with him. I don't believe that's the way it happened. So revisionist history much? Maybe a little bit. But even with all of those things being considered, just the fact of the matter that she's still being asked questions about him. She can't help being asked the questions that she is asked, but you have the authority, the ability, and the right to respond the way you want to respond. And I just don't feel she should even be talking about this dude anymore. I mean, my God, this is ridiculous at this point. Your husband has stepped up to be a great father to little future. I mean, move on. Don't talk about him, at least in the public. Like if you have to have a diary or you're doing, little audio notes to yourself to expel that energy from your spirit. Because I'm quite sure it was a lot. I'm not saying that she should get over it, but I'm saying she should not be talking about it to the public and doing these interviews anymore. I just feel that should be a dead issue. And ask questions about my current relationship. Don't ask me about the nigga that I used to be engaged to that I am not married to, when I'm married to a whole other man right now. But like I said, Russell Wilson isn't out here talking about his previous wife, his previous relationship. He's consistently talking about Ciara. So it just looks weird to me, and I just wanted to talk about that. You guys can let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts respectfully. Thank you so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and I'm going to say bye.